something. Yeah,
Now she better ride.
All right, so apparently the new YouTube rule is if you don't curse within the first 5 minutes of a YouTube video and you start cursing after that, we don't have to edit. We don't have to hit any beeps. So right now we got a clock running for how long we can time Mr. Ospreay before he can start letting it fly. So he said he's going to be a good boy after that.
I'm going to do my best.
He's doing his best.
5 minutes on the clock.
5 minutes on the clock is rolling.
I'm going to do 10. I'm sure I can, man.
Ooh, 10 is asking for a lot. I'm going to keep it on then.
Ooh,
I might time the whole thing.
Try your best, man.
So 5 minutes. Can he not let off a C word, a F word, a S word, an A word, a B word, a P word?
The C might be hard. I let that fly sometimes, man. So, I'll do my best.
X, you got some work coming out for you, bro. This is going to be a fun one.
Sorry, G. My apologies.
So here we are, episode 75 of the Swerve City Podcast here in Daly's place. We've been moving around. We haven't done an episode in the freaking studio at the house in a while because we stand on the road trying to get these, knocked out one after another. Last episode was Adam Copeland. That's already up. And real quick, I just want to say thank y'all because, Teasy, I'll let you announce the news about the stats. Because we stat people. I'm doing all the work for you. We got a minute.
I'm preferencing this because I can't cuss now. So I'm going to say this in a very nice and unique way. Right now, when you look at the charts, we are number 18 in the United States for music interviews on Apple. Above some of your favorite people. And I don't want to ruin relationships, so I'm not going to name drop. But a lot of y'all that's been out here 37 years doing this, we are an independent podcast that's been out for 5 years. We're number 18 in the world right now, above some of the greatest in the world, and we're independent. We don't have no budget deal. We are shopping, guys. So make sure
hit us
with the right.
My money goes into this.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Me, bro.
Well,
What even me?
how long did that last? How long did it last?
Mate, under 2 minutes, 15 seconds, bro.
How? Well, we tried. A lot of his money,
bro.
A lot of his money went into this. The equipment, the sponsors, the time, the road, the gas, everything's coming into this. We started this. We are now 18th in the United States. We're actually like 50 in Great Britain.
We went up.
We are all over
in a
the
week.
world.
In a week, we went up 200 slots in a week.
Yep.
From 280 all the way to 18.
Yep. Yeah.
Over 200 slots jumped in a week.
How do you like us now? How?
We competing with Rosenberg.
Yes.
And Adam 22.
Yes.
And
all
all
Ryan
them
Seacrest
guys.
and all of them. Yes. Nora Jones. We up there.
I'm going to stop this clock. The challenge is over. I'm done.
You failed. You let the side down.
But anyway, that's 3 minutes into the podcast. Let's get to my guest right here. This is a brother of mine. I've been wrestling this man since he was 19 years old on my first tour of the UK in 2013, I believe. Went over there. I heard a little bit of things about him, seen some YouTube clips. But then, right when I met him, we got in the ring, and I just this man is special. This man is special, and I knew it was coming. I came back to the States, and I warned the rest of you Americans. I said, y'all don't know what the hell is about to come over here. Y'all have no idea the type of specimen that's going to come over here in the United States and take over this wrestling world. And sure enough, it happened in less than 5 years. Because I think 2 years, 3 years later, you did the PWG, and it was over from there. And then he wasn't just a YouTube sensation anymore. He became a tidal wave in the wrestling community, a wrestling world. I couldn't be more proud of him. This is my brother from another continent, from across the pond. This is the best wrestler of this generation. I've said it. I'm a world champion, and I'm still saying he's the best wrestler in this generation, man.
Yes, he always tells me. He always tells me that.
I've been saying it for years and years and years. This man is sensational. There's nothing this man can't do. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Billy Goat himself, Mr. Will Ospreay. What up, my brother?
That was the kindest thing that you ever said to me, sir. Thank you so much.
Don't get used to it. Don't get used to it.
Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Man, look here, man.
Because we're going to have to fight at one point.
I have to
One
say
day,
this,
man.
man.
Might be in a matter of months. Who knows?
Ooh.
Look, man, coming off a Dynasty, I'm sitting there, I'm watching Front Row, and I'm watching you and Brian Danielson put on this clinic. And that is one of the best matches I've ever seen live. I've seen a lot, and I'm kind of old. But I will say, that is one of the best matches I've ever seen in my life.
Honestly, man, I appreciate you so much.
You guys have killing it. Talk a little bit of please about us going in that match. Everything that was on your mind, how you feeling, you and Brian. How's everything, man, with that?
Man, so I've been trying to tell people this for a while, right? I've been feeling sick, and I don't know whether it's like anxiety or maybe it's just the exhaustion from traveling back and forth so much, man. But that's a real thing. Every single week, I get on a flight from London Heathrow, and I go to whatever state that I'm required to go to America. Sometimes they're nice flights, like 6 hours. Sometimes they're like 8, 9, 10-hour ones, but like
wait till we hit that West Coast.
Hey man, I'm looking forward to it. Trust me on that. But like, I've been feeling sick, man. Like in all of my matches, like even one against Cesaro, at one point I generally thought I was going to throw up in the ring. So I don't know if it's exhaustion, if it's my body just telling me to slow down and whatnot, right? But then I got in there with Brian, and I was so worried. I kept saying to myself, man, like, don't be sick. Like, don't, like, got to be in control of all of this. You got to be, and I'm not even joking. The moment the bell rung, like, even just beforehand, when I was looking at him, I just mouthed to him and went, this is going to be a pleasure. And then I stepped back, and the moment that bell rung, it was just, there was nothing, man. There was nothing, like, blocking me. There was nothing making me feel like I don't belong here. Like, even when I done the Kenny match and the Jericho match, I still feel like I was punching up. For the first time, like, I generally felt like I was meant to be a part of this. I was like, I felt going in there against somebody that I consider the best wrestler in the world. I consider him the greatest to ever do it. No, at no point did I ever think that I was ever going to be opposite this man at all. And now here it is standing there, and I just felt like I was on your level. It just felt amazing. Do you know what I mean?
So is it settling in now? Like, it's like a week, like not less than a week from when we're shooting this that this happened. You're like, man, this really happened. Like, do you feel happy with it? Do you feel like you could improve? Or?
No, man. Like, I mean, obviously, like, I'll go backstage and I'll ask people, like, is there anything I could have done better? Or, of course, like, because that's what you're just brought up to do. You go back to your peers and you go back to the men that you respect, and you go, is there anything that I could have done better?
At that point, it's like, how do we critique that? What do we criticize on that? What do we add?
Like, I don't know. Hey, like, there could have been something that I'm missing, but like,
right.
But like, I got to go with how I feel. Hey, and like by the end of it, and you're watching everybody like stand there and just have arms over their head. They can't believe what they've just seen.
Yeah.
And
you want to
like, I don't want to gas myself up at all. Like, I'm not that guy, but just being like, I felt so proud of myself because like, getting here, man, I never compromised on anything. I never sold out to anybody. I did everything the right way. I done it my way. And then to come here and to get that match and be in there with literally the greatest person that you associate with professional wrestling in one of the greatest professional wrestling companies going, it truly is a blessing to be a part of this place, man.
I literally was like watching you right beforehand. I'm like getting ready. I'm looking right across for you. We like locked eyes, and I said, "Oh, I know what's about to happen." I already knew. I just knew. I went over there, gave you the hug. It's like, go do it. Just go make history.
I was in game mode. Like at that point, I was just like, yeah, man. Like I feel it. Especially you see that hype package afterwards. You're like, I'm ready to run for a fucking wall, bro. Like here we go. Like
dude. I was just like, he's ready to. He just go.
It just feels like there's a new wave coming in, man. Like I feel it.
It's here.
Feel it.
I think it's here.
Like, especially after Dynasty. Like you look up and down the card. You look at all the champions. You look at all the guys. Like I was even saying this, man. Like. Out of all of that, right, look at that card top to bottom. Every single match had a champion in there. There was one match that didn't have a championship on the line, which is my one, right? But I felt coming out of there just being like, there's no direction that I can't take at this point. Like, do you know what I mean? So I just felt like everyone here has got like a meaning. Everyone's got a purpose. We've all got like little avenues and little routes that can connect us all in weird ways. Yeah. So now I feel good. I feel like the earthquake is done. The aftershock was there. It's fine to go out there and to take back what's ours.
Man, so I feel like that's the trickiest part about the generation before is like seeing something that hasn't really been pushed to this level. So it's like hard for me. I would say it's like it has to be difficult for that generation to look at someone like yourself, someone like a Bryan Danielson, even a Phoenix, someone like a Dante Martin, some of these guys that are just like, even Kyle Fletcher, they're like pushing the boundaries to the next level. It's like, it's hard to critique that because it's like we haven't seen that yet. They're so far ahead.
Right.
Such a good,
you know,
a good point.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's like imagine a sport 3 generations before LeBron. How can you really, or Steph Curry, or like these big name athletes 3 generations beforehand? It's like, how do you critique that? It's like we haven't seen these kind of things. So like, what are the things that you are looking for like criticisms, or like even just being like somebody just giving you pointers, these legends? You know, we have Dean Malenko back here. We have like Mark Henry. We have Dustin Rose. We have like this like.
Mate, even Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn's got so much wealth of knowledge that people just don't like pick on his brain.
Yeah.
Like every now and again I go there. I go to Jericho quite a lot as well.
Yeah, Jericho.
Jericho's like, he's done everything. ECW, WCW, WWE, New Japan. Like he's literally done everything. So like not picking his brain, I think you're a fool for not doing it.
Asinine.
Like I do enjoy picking his brain. But like more or less because I spent 8 years of my life in Japan.
Yeah.
And it's different environment altogether, right? That is such a sports-centric world where, like, the other channel is very much of an entertainment sphere, right? Mm-hmm. So then I felt like in Japan, all I was doing is learning the trade of what professional wrestling is. I was a bricklayer, man, like, and I'm learning, like, you can't just build a house, man. Like, you can do your best right now, but you can't build a house without a foundation, right? So, like, and for me, man, going to Japan was, like, learning about how you build yourself as a professional wrestler. And, like, learning the techniques, the trades, the enthusiasm, the energy, the fire, the emotion, the connection with the crowd. Not a single one of them can speak my language, man. But yet we connect. And that's the one thing that I needed. But like coming over here, it's a different ball game, right? Now everyone can speak my language. Granted, I talk like a fucking cunt, right? There you go, right? I talk my English in comparison to what the Yanks talk like. It is like, we are so different. But like, you could still somewhat understand me, I guess. So
Danny Burch was like, "Hey, we created it. You guys bastardized it, the language." You know, so
I love me some Burch, man. He's a good boy. Martin Stone, brother. How you doing?
Yes, sir.
But like, coming over here now, it is of course playing to the cameras, but like, I don't know how, man. But like, I almost like. I am out of my depth for this. Like I've told this to
could have fooled me,
man. But like when I was with Ring of Honor and I had the dual contract with New Japan and Ring of Honor, I opted out of that because I just didn't like. Personally, I just wanted to just do Japan and England, just because it was a bit too much travel for me.
For sure.
But like I did just feel like out of my depth there. I felt like, oh, this is nice. Like, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like. Because at that time it was centered around the Young Bucks, the Bullet Club, and all those guys, and rightfully so, it should have been. But I just felt like another guy, and it was almost like I felt like I wasn't being like not utilized properly, not at all, but like I felt like I was wasting their time. Like it was just a case of like I didn't really like take to it. I just kind of was a little bit drained, so I wanted to just commit myself to. New Japan,
like mentally, emotionally, or just like the work itself?
Yeah, it was too much. It was the overloading of it. And it was just like, they're not going to miss me. Do you know what I mean? It was just like no, but like at the time, you had like so many guys there. Yeah. So like, it was just like, let me keep learning. I'm still trying to figure this shit out. Like,
that's a lot. It takes a lot of humility to even do that, to think you know what you need, and you know where you need to be. You know where you don't need to be at a certain time.
And sometimes, dude, I just like every now and again when I've got my time off, I just want to go to Australia and go wrestle there. Yeah. And I want to go I just want to wrestle everywhere. And like at this point, I was like, I don't need to be here. So in that case, like, let me learn this. Let me go help out the Australians. Let me keep coming back to England and helping out. So like when I come here now, it's just a different ball game. It's all about timing. It's all about personality, and that's the bit that I've always struggled with. But like, I will give Japan credit with this. After every single match, they went talk. Like, do you know what I mean? You have to talk. And sometimes I would hit it out the park. Sometimes I wouldn't. But like, it would get you out of your comfort zone, and it would get you talking.
Yeah, I love that. And like, I think Japan doesn't actually get enough credit for that, the talking part, the promoing part, because it's like a lot of people like Jay White a lot of things just blew up because of that, his fire on his promos after his matches, and like feeling the emotion and just sweating, like, you know what I mean, like that. So like I think the fact of just understanding and knowing this is not where I need to be. especially at the young age that you were.
24, I think I was.
Very young.
23, 24.
Very young. And you are, at that point, you were already having like American like buzz because you were going back and forth to the States too. You were doing your WrestleMania weekends.
Yeah.
You were doing a lot of those things too.
I'd love a WrestleMania weekend. That was always fun. Just to see fans all collaborate around. Just because, like, once again, as a fan of wrestling, I love seeing like other wrestling companies succeed and thrive and
absolutely
and to see all of us nerds gather around. I was like, "What's up, my nerds?" Like,
we
do you know
took
what I mean?
over cities.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? We've actually
New Orleans was like literally we took over Bourbon Street. Like,
but
wrestling
that's
was
such a
everywhere.
sick thing. Like, do you not understand how like crazy that is? Like the thing that we would all be in school for. When the teacher would look around and go, "Hey, what do you want to be?" And you go, "I want to be a wrestler," and all the kids,
I got that.
Yep.
And it's just like, mate, once a year, like, and now even more because of All In, we just take over cities.
We take over. Like, literally banners everywhere. Cities are shut down. Restaurants closed because there's no room for other actual real humans and civilized people because we're wrestlers. And it's awesome. Yeah, I'll never forget. They were like, "Who's someone that inspires you?" I'm like, "Oh, pro wrestler Rey Mysterio. He's my inspiration." And I say it in the class. I'm like, "Oh, you like half naked guys?" I'm like, "No, that's not.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
That's not what I'm saying."
That you know what's funny too. Like, so you go through that, and then you become an adult. Now you're making your trails, and you're going from overseas to here. Now that you're here with AEW, a new set of goals come in. A new set of things you want to trailblaze. And like you said, the way that the future's going and you being the future of pro wrestling. Now that you're here, what goals do you have here? How are you challenging yourself here? And what do you set to accomplish now you're here in AEW? What's next for you?
I mean, for me, man, like, once again, this will obviously come out a bit weird, but like, I'm a guy that enjoys to see the world. I love doing that. And like, coming over here, obviously I bring a little bit of flavor in from around the world, but I don't want to forget about what made me. My main goal is, honestly, I want to take AEW everywhere, man. Like, I want to do shows in Tokyo. I want to do shows in Osaka. I want to do shows in Sydney. I want to go to Melbourne again. I want to do shows in Dublin. Mate, after seeing the Ugandan things as well, like, I want to do shows
we gotta do
there.
that.
Like, mate.
Don't bring the ring either. I want that mud. I want the mud.
Someone's called me out. The Ball has called me out to come to SGW. And, you know, I've got to answer that call,
Shout out
man.
SGW.
Like, I'm gonna come, man. You honestly have no idea what's coming, lads. Listen. Without any formal training or without a professional wrestling ring, you guys are without a doubt the best in the world. But now the best is coming to you guys.
Oh, God damn it!
I
Don't promote.
I will come there. I will come. Don't you worry. But,
Shout out to Mansoor and Brennan.
for going out there.
Oh my God, I was jealous. I'm like,
Shima went out there as well, bruv. Nah, it's my turn. After seeing those guys go out,
that's all I need to see.
Seeing those guys go out, I'm just like, nah, it's my turn now. Like, I've got to go out. But that's my main thing with AEW. It's like, I do want to take it around the world because I do believe that travel broadens us so much.
Yeah.
Like, for me, what made me a man, like, I mean, once again, you knew me when I was a kid.
Yes, sir.
I was annoying. I was a bit
As hell.
I was a bit full on. But like, I didn't know shit about myself. Sorry again. But I didn't know stuff about myself. I was learning about everything, like, at such a young age, and like almost using social media more as a diary rather than like a platform to promote.
Everybody
yourself.
got into that lane a little bit, though.
Yeah, and
it happens.
Like, and it happens, but like, I got to learn. And I got to, every single time that I let anybody down, I came back on my knees and was ready to go to work to prove myself.
Yep.
Every single time I've grown up, I've matured. I'm in a position now where I'm a parent. I know who I am as a human being, but I still believe that is because of everything that I've done. Every single person that I've met, every fan that I've ever shaked hands with, every wrestler that I've ever gone and wrestled. I believe the best way that AEW can grow is by traveling and wanting to do more pay-per-views out in like Japan, in Mexico, Canada, England, Europe, everywhere. That's my goal with AEW. Of course, I want to be champ. But
you know what? People are already putting the expiration date on my title reign. And like, you know what? Here.
Don't do it. No, don't do it. Don't do it. No, because
No.
I can't.
You want it so bad.
I can't.
You can have it.
I'll do it. I'll touch you when I beat you, bro.
So, actually, this brings up to my next point that I was thinking about.
Go.
So, him, right? This is my brother, and he always talks about you, right? He always bigs you up. He's like, yo, you need to watch Will Ospreay shit. You need to watch his shit. You need to watch it. You need to watch it.
I say him and Darby.
Him and so
are my two
I became
favorites.
like when I went and traveled around with him in the Independence, I became a huge fan of Darby because I started watching when he was doing like MLW those like back years ago. So talk a little bit about your guys' relationship because you mentored him in some ways. So talk about your guys' dynamic and how did you guys meet and things like that? Because a lot of people favor you two together. Either it could be a rivalry, something they want to see in the future. Let's talk about you a little bit y'all two's dynamic.
Man, I don't even know what kind of influence I could have had. Like, I just know, like, we took to each other instantly. Like, I remember the first time we had that it was like Southside Wrestling, and we like the four-way.
An old man, like when we was in that leisure centre up in Nottingham.
Nottingham, yep.
And they'd done the CCW crossover show, right?
Yes.
You was the wire champ at the time, and I thought, oh, that was a nice looking belt.
That's a nice little belt.
And I'm still saying it now. That is a nice looking belt.
Be ashamed if I took it from you.
He's always tried to take my belt. Stop it.
But I felt like we had a genuine connection when it comes to
as
how we view wrestling as well. Like it should be like dynamic and it should be explosive and it should be
I don't even know as what I could have been passed over to him because we were just bonding. We were just doing our thing. So if there was something he took from me, I'm so happy and I'm so proud. I'm like I feel pride from that.
Do you want honesty?
Generous. I don't remember. I know what you're talking about.
Here's an honest thing, right? Do you want to know what I took from him? The standing Spanish fly. That's generally who I got it from.
Because I did it to him.
Yeah, he done it to me. I generally went, I'll have that.
Literally, I was like, but then I started getting out of the athletic realm of things. I got more in my technician side of things.
And the aura as well. You can't.
Man.
Mate, I tell this, I was on a podcast a little while ago and I tell everyone, no, it wasn't a podcast, it was a post-scrum about when you used to come out in Ireland with, ain't nobody, honestly, watching people vibe with you and connect with you. And I was just like, no, you're different. You're completely different to every other lad. You've got this style presence about you and you bring
thank you, man.
It was sometimes watching you, it was like watching a pop star come out, man. A genuine superstar come out. It was even though that song was trademarked, of course it was, but it felt like your song. And to a community of people, it was your performance. And I just sat there, man. I was just like, yeah, you're different. And when obviously you signed, of course I was just like, yeah, he's gonna be a world champ one day. I took a few back roads to get there, but my God, what a journey, dude!
What a journey! But I remember we were putting we were in the back and we were just talking, and he's like, mate, comes up, hey mate, anything you need me to do in a match, tell me, I can do it. I was like, you arrogant little shit.
Nah, but whatever you need.
But I was like, you arrogant little shit. I love him. I absolutely love him.
I like this.
And I was like, that's why I was like, I like this. I like it. But I like that. For me, it was just I love a confident kid that knows he can pull things off. I know he can achieve these things. You want that in your locker room. And that's what that's why I think AEW was like that. We all kind of grew up together, in Japan, UK, America, TV company, whatever.
But with the same philosophy of
all
what
had
wrestling,
the same thing.
The same philosophy of what wrestling could be.
Yes.
Rather than what it should look like, what could it look like? And I think that's why AEW is special, is because it doesn't have one common interest except for professional wrestling where the best wrestle. That's the whole signal right now, right? And
live by. I love it.
And that's the whole thing with wrestling. There's no one way of doing it. There's so many different ways.
Question though, I will say this.
Go on.
I said it on a podcast maybe a couple episodes beforehand. We were with the Grizzly Young Vets.
Yes.
And I said,
oh, lovely guys.
Love them guys. I literally was like, guys who are watching wrestling, fans or other wrestlers aspiring to be wrestlers, Will is killing it, crushing it. Literally every pay-per-view singles match is going to be a classic. Don't let that feel like that's the standard for being a great match. You can find ways to be a great match, but on your own unique way. And don't I'm not saying I'm not saying don't aspire, don't study him, don't do this, but just understand I have to be him to be this. I'm no, you don't. That is that is a tool. That is a good archetype. But don't
prime example.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Brian Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. was a complete different match to Brian
Complete
Danielson.
different match.
Right? But that was still phenomenal.
Incredible.
That was still incredible.
Incredible.
Like, Okada and Pac, like, set the bar. Like, God, that was a hard thing to knock off. Like, do you know what I mean?
Was like,
they set the bar. They set the bar for the entire pay-per-view. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
Lucha
it was
Bros
like,
and the Bucks.
yeah, like even the steel cage match that they done. Is that the one you're on about?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
dude,
incredible.
like, there's so many different ways that we can tell these stories. Like, it's not just one way of doing things.
No.
It doesn't need a gajillion run-ins. It doesn't need all of that. It can just sometimes be there's 2 people or 4 guys just putting in the best professional wrestling shows and telling the story within the ring. Doesn't mean that like the run-ins aren't wrong. Like, I mean that was like
That's a spectacle.
That's
And I want to see a spectacle.
yeah, of course. Like
Yeah.
but that's why there's so many flavors of ice cream.
That's it nowadays for sure.
And they can all work. They
man.
all have proven to work.
Except for the wasabi ice cream. You should not go with that wasabi ice cream. It's out in Japan. Don't
Never had
try
it.
it. Don't try it. Don't do it.
never had it.
If you ever go, don't try wasabi ice
I'm
cream.
still trying to get to Japan, man. Still never done it.
We'll get there. I'm telling you, mate. Like
Now that you said
Without-
that
yeah,
and you put that
honestly.
out there, I'm like, you know what? We have a new goal.
Listen, like I've got my debut for New Japan was in this building called Ryogoku Sumo Arena. It's 10,000 people in there, mate. It's one of the most beautiful venues I've ever been a part of. It's been a part of my career when it was my debut. I won the junior title in there. I won the Super Juniors in there when I announced I was going to live in Japan in there. I won the world title in there. There's one more spot on there for dates. I really want AEW to run that building. That's honestly, it's my dream, man. I want to bring AEW to Japan.
Well, we got Rocky Romero in the office.
Yeah, now we
there's
do.
a way we can pull
There's
something.
a way. There's
a way,
will,
man.
There's a will. There's a way. All right, we got it.
Please do not put that on your tights.
Yeah, my mum would love that.
Oh,
What's
God.
up, mum?
You got anything for him?
Yes. So, got to give a shout out to our music producer and team member, Rich Lotta. Huge fan of yours.
Oh, bless.
And I wanted to give him a shout out, and I'm reading this from the phone. I want to read it verbatim and not butcher.
Shout out
his
One
work.
Nation Radio.
He wanted to ask you this. Shout out to Rich. He said, you being arguably the most critically acclaimed wrestler in the world for the past 5 years, how have you managed to push the limits of physical performance in the ring while being conscious of not going too far?
Oh, that's a good question. Sometimes it's just about reading the room. And not all the time can I do that Brian Danielson match. I can't do that every single pay-per-view, right? It has to be special, right? Walking into Revolution against Takeshita, like that was a good way to introduce myself.
Yep.
The Danielson match was a good way to reaffirm that I am one of the best wrestlers here. But sometimes,
But do you think like you had to reintroduce yourself even though you already had Forbidden Door with Kenny already under your belt? You already had All In under your belt?
I feel like I had to just it's hard to say, right? But I feel like once I came here officially and I signed my name on the dotted line, it was almost just like, okay, although you know what I could do, you have no idea what I can do. I think that's how that's a dangerous man saying that. Do you know what I mean? So like at that point I was like, I really am like, I'm ready for this next jump. I'm ready for this next step. But like to know how to not go over it, I feel like sometimes, it's hard to say because like a lot of people will obviously say the saying of less is more, right? And I've stripped back so much of my offense. I'll be honest.
This is true.
I'll be honest with you. A lot of it I can't do anymore. Like my hips are mangled. And I'm still like trying to I'm getting back into it. I'm stretching as much as I can, but like I don't think I'll ever be able to do like the imploding 450 ever again. Mm-hmm. The double spin kick that I used to call the Robertson special, right? I believe I can still do it.
That thing used to blast my back.
But like I believe I can still do it, but like it mangles
it hurts
my hips.
it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk for it.
So instead, I utilize the things that I go like, okay, well, what are getting the reactions? And believe it or not, this thing has I introduced it years ago against Ibushi. I would sometimes do this when I was backyard wrestling. But like this thing has just been like a game changer for me. And
Indeed. Just the pose of like the still shots of it just looks like something as devastating is coming.
Do you ever see those like ice skaters?
Yes,
like,
yeah.
Mate, it looks
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
It's like where the power comes from. It's like getting that low fucking arc from it.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of how I relate it. But like to know, I do believe a lot of the time as well, it's trial and error. I do see like people. I really don't want to, I'm trying my best not to be like, meh about this, but like I do see people trying to be the Ricochet Will Ospreay match in 2016, right? And like I admire it, and I believe that everyone should try it and should try those like incredible sequences because that's how you're going to get timing, that's how you're going to get that. But like what I think people are forgetting about the me and Ricochet match is we were always trying to go for something. Like a move.
Right.
So I feel like a lot of it's kind of been lost.
Transition.
Yeah, and I believe like I've done that before. We've all done it.
Oh,
before,
wow,
like,
I was
you know
bad
what I mean?
at it.
Yeah, but like now, if people have more of an understanding of like this, you got to win. Like, what are you going for to win? And like, if that's the thing that I've kind of like put it into my matches more of just like, okay, like I don't need to do this and I don't need to do this when I've got this. Right. And I think like that's the art of it now.
So I want to ask you, and this is an open-ended question to both of you guys, with you guys, you know, both being some of the best in the world and you being world champion. So I want to ask you guys this question. Now, you know, whether it's a Dynamite on Wednesday or a Rampage or a Collision, does it come to a point where you guys get to that conscious level where you're like, okay, this one day I don't have to do this and that, and then you, as you get older, do you feel like you have to kind of build up your body to these pay-per-view matches? Like as you get older, like you said, certain things you can't do anymore. Do you feel like you have to kind of build up to like, okay, I got, you know, this is pay-per-view match, like the match with Danielson or your match with Samoa Joe was like, okay, physically I got to build up.
I'll go first and let you, like for me, I'm always in the mindset. I'm always in the thinking mode, not necessarily the physical. I got to get to here before I get to the physical of it. So that's where my mind, it's like if you ever watch Queen's Gambit, I'm looking at chess pieces moving before I actually move my piece, if that makes sense. I got to kind of know where I'm about to go before I physically start going there. That's just me personally. My look has to match my attitude has to match my music has to match my walk has to match like how I look at my opponent, how I look at the crowd, how they're looking at me. What are they trying to receive?
You should put them in soul lyrics. That was sick there.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, but like that's like it's all this process before I even touch my opponent. That's just me. And that kind of that energy, that vibe, that builds up the anticipation for what is about to happen when it becomes the physical. So now preparing the physical body for that, my character, the Swerve Strickland character, at the end of the day, he does things to try to hurt you. That's my main goal. Like, my submissions aren't to make you submit. They're to hurt your arm. They're to hurt the leg. They're to hurt you. So as long as I get back to something that hurts you, that's where I'm like, now I got him. That's how I beat Samoa Joe, that arm. Like, I know he was going to try to choke me out. But guess what? Let me just hurt that arm so it hurts trying to choke me out. That's why turnbuckle pad, this. I kind of can get a little dirty because that's what Swerve does. That's what I did to get to the title match. I had played dirty because I had to scratch and claw and do a lot of bad things to good people that turned them bad because you were content. I'm not content. I'm willing to go the lengths that I have to hurt you, like physically, mentally, emotionally, and then take that energy into the ring to hurt my opponent.
I mean, the other thing though is like fans are intelligent as well, right? When I say this, they're very smart. They don't want a champion to be a pushover. They do want someone with a little bit of a killer instinct.
Yeah.
Like you've got to have that. Like you've got to have that mode that you can switch into where like...
That's when I knew the switch happened for him. When I started seeing the killer. When that back elbow started coming in, now he's arrived. Yeah. Because there's the killer.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is just even with your like character like breaking into the guy's house, like in theory, right, you're the bad guy in this situation. Yeah. But the reality is that you've done it in such a cool, different way to like what anyone's seen or done it before. And trust me when I say, I think I even said this to you, like I don't like that style. I don't like the whole home invasion stuff of it. But like I think I said it to you.
You did, yeah.
But like you pulled it off. And then the end result was just, it was magic. Like that match at Full Gear was just like, it was like, I remember watching it and being just like, that's your guy now. Like, I don't care that you're meant to be the bad guy, if I'm meant to boo you, like that's the guy now. And I think that's the bar. And like, I look at that and I go, okay, like now I know what I've got to hit. Like, so for me, like I do echo everything that he says, like everything has got a point and a purpose behind it. But like, I think it is about like understanding who you are and understanding what brought you to the dance in the first place.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing. I echo a lot of what he said.
Absolutely. And Rich from One Nation Radio also had this question too. Like, now that you're considered a veteran, what are you looking for when it comes to the younger talent? What do you have to see to say, okay, I can bring this person up to the Will Ospreay level or the Swerve Strickland level? What do you guys see? What do you guys need to see in the next generation? What do you guys like? You kind of know when you watch.
Work
like, okay,
ethic.
I got it.
Work ethic, man. Like, I mean, like, a lot of people want to give me shit for my work ethic, right? But just like, how can you look at the matches and say that I'm not working hard, man? How can you say it? How can you look at the body of work that like we've both done and to say that we're not working hard and we're reining it in, because we're not? Like, we're going hard every single time that we're out there and we're delivering something like completely unique and completely different.
Yeah.
So like, for me now, like, people coming in and like, I need to word this in the best way possible because I really
Give us some content, brother.
But I don't.
First person shooter.
I don't ever want to offend anybody. I don't want to offend anyone, right? I really do mean this, right?
Right.
I was never a part of any type of system except for Japan. You had an amazing thing going for you, and you had the rug pulled out from underneath you, right? But I would say before you was reaching that level that you were in WWE, right? That what I would have known you for was your work on 205, right? So no one would have had us down as top guys, especially from like ever. Right? So if we're coming in here now and we're delivering these incredible matches, these incredible stories, anyone else coming in from this point on, you've got no excuse.
Ooh, I'm gonna leave the mic drop for that. No, that was good.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, nope.
Like there has to be.
Ooh,
There has to now be like.
that's the standard.
That has to be the standard now.
And like,
if anyone does get offended by it, then maybe that's the problem.
No.
Like,
nope.
It now needs to be just like, this is the level, this is the bar. Like and we're all a team here. Like, no one needs to be pulling against us anymore. Like, especially if you're in the confines here, we all need to push this way. Don't pull us back. Like, and that's like, and I hold myself accountable if I ever if I drop the ball in like the weeks building up to Dynasty, like if I'd done that and I set like anybody, I take responsibility for it, but I'm still pushing this way. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and that's for everybody.
This is already my favorite interview. It's already my favorite. For me, like,
but like that's not bad.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Because once again, I don't want to.
It's realistic. But it's not,
people.
and that's the problem. People get offended instead of taking that and using it for themselves. Like, he don't know. Like, he don't know my life. He don't know like it's not. He doesn't have to. He's speaking on the standard and the spectrum. It's up to you how you take it and what you do with it. Like, I could have took like all those pitfalls and all these and like been like sorry for myself, blaming middle finger to this and all that. No, I was like, you know what? Now I kind of have this whole wheelhouse to work with now, and I'm not held back. I can kind of use this. I can go here. I can do all these things. Hi, Kyle.
Hey, what's up, my man?
That's Kyle. Show Kyle.
All right.
Mr. Fletch. I got to fight him later.
But like, that's like,
But
and
yeah.
I really do mean that from the bottom of my heart. I don't mean to offend anybody at all with this. Like, I would hate for anybody to be offended by
No,
that.
I think-
But like, I want that to be
You
the
gotta
standard
say it,
now.
man. You gotta say
I
it.
like-
Because you gotta think. Like, real talk, whether it was me with music, podcasting, us with podcasting, him with wrestling.
Yeah.
Nobody gave a shit. We had to work for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had to continue to grind and work for it.
And
So-
especially, man, like, this is the thing, right? We're at Daly's place. Beautiful place,
Yep,
right?
yep.
I was walking up and down here, and then somebody said to me, like, this was their era of COVID, mate. I wish I had this for COVID. If you guys could have saw Japan-style COVID wrestling,
I've seen some things.
It was hell, man. So, like, to have that, man, like, this, there's so much things to be, like, blessed about with this company.
This
There's
is
so many
true.
things to just be, like just happy that we're getting income, that we're getting to wrestle the way we want to wrestle, and just
And
to
you
be
get to
like,
create.
Just create.
Create.
Like, there's no like, even if you weren't like exactly thrilled about the things that you're doing, go do indies. Like, there are options for people, man. Like, so
Find yourself there if you're not getting the time here.
yeah, and like, there's no reason why you can't open schools, you can't do anything. There are avenues and there are options, and I just feel like right now, like, we all need to push this way. And if we have people that are like pulling us back, then just like they're no good for us anymore. So we all need to push this way. Or like, if you're not going to be with us, we're going to fucking force you to come with us, mate. Like, like that's just how I feel anyway.
Yeah.
Like, that's just me. And just like from being here from an outside perspective and like seeing some stuff as like a fly on the wall, it's like I feel great about this place now. Like I feel like being a part of it, I feel great about it. I want to move in this direction with everybody. It's got to be a team effort now.
What more can I say? Let's get into the fun stuff. Let's get into the fun stuff. That wasn't fun. I had a blast. Like I said, this is already my favorite interview. Like Will's one of my favorite people. Been like that for years. So I knew this was. I'm like, I gotta get him. Because y'all need to hear this shit. Y'all need to hear this, man. And like, come here, Kyle.
Do you want to come in?
Get a hug. Yeah. I want a hug, Mr. Kyle.
What's up, gang?
Yeah.
Did you find the football?
Huh?
Did you find the football?
They didn't say they were hunting down for it.
Oh, I've never been on a football field before, an American one. We're going to throw a football. See if we can...
They are very protective of that grass. I will say that. They are very protective of that grass. They are very protective. They're like...
Sorry,
they get very sensitive.
My bad. I've ruined your grass.
But the last movie I went to go see in theaters was Monkey Man.
Monkey Man?
Monkey Man. Have you seen trailers? Monkey Man?
No, I've never seen it.
Ooh, Dev Patel? Slumdog Millionaire?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Ooh. You're action. Oh, man.
Honestly, name a lot of your favorite films. I probably haven't seen them.
I think you'd like Monkey Man. It's a good story, great action. It's a lot of the close-up shots, though. It's like a lot of shake
I like
on impact.
I like that.
Then yeah. So I'm going to give you a homework assignment. There's 3 action movies of this past decade that you need to see. You need to see Monkey Man. You need to see the Extraction movies, which Extraction's on Netflix, so that's easy.
Oh, I like Extraction. Extraction's great. Extraction 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah. And The Raid. You've seen The Raids then, right?
Nah, I've not seen The Raid.
The Raid.
Raid. Oh,
Yeah.
Raid. Oh,
the Raid.
Where they're climbing the blocks and it's got like all drug mules in there. And shit
Yeah,
I've seen
The Raid. 1 and 2.
I think I've seen 1, but like I'll have to
2, man, is.
I'll have to go rewatch it because they've got some crazy fight scenes.
Yes. So Monkey Man, I feel like it's been a while since I've seen a good action movie, and I appreciate it. There's some people that are like, oh, there's some things wrong with it. I'm like, yeah, but I enjoyed the film. I stayed up and I watched it, and I didn't fall asleep. And it kept my attention. It was good stuff, and it's a good acting, very good acting, solid acting all the way around. But it was very good stuff. Like last movie we went to go see was Spider-Man.
Me and him went to go see Spider-Man, and I have to tell you that was one of the best films. That film was fire. What up, Kyle? That shit was fire.
The one that's just been released,
into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
No, across the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Are we going into it or across
so
it?
Like half the movie, we're sitting there nodding our head to the music, like, damn. The music was really damn good. And
the
then
beats
we
are fire.
watching the movie, and I'm just like, yo, this is absolutely phenomenal.
It's shot like a music video in a weird way as well.
Yeah,
like
it is. It is.
Yeah.
It's
Now
shot
that you say that,
it is. It's
because
shot
some
like
of
a music video.
the animations was going with the beat.
Yeah.
Like every time, like what's the name? 2099 Spider-Man came in. It was just like those synths and stuff, and then like
I love how they've left it on a cliffhanger though, because there's more to come now.
How long do you think? How long do you think before, like, with a movie like that, with the success, how long do you think before they put out another one?
Isn't it supposed to come out
the next
this
one's
year?
like 2025, I think.
25?
No,
Or they pushed it back?
Yeah,
Quick,
they pushed it back.
Yeah,
I thought
it might be like the
this
end
year.
of 2025.
Oh
I thought it
no.
was supposed to come out this year.
No way.
No?
We just went to go see it last year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that thing's like coming out next year.
Okay.
Damn, they ain't playing.
Yeah,
This is sci-fi.
you got
by the
it's
way.
a part 2.
Yeah.
It's literally a part 2 to it. So I'm
Yeah.
like, we need answers. Don't do us like
When did it
Invincible.
come out? Late 2023 though.
Oh yeah, we were like
Last
we
year?
were like
Oh,
just
nice.
there not too long ago.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be a while. That it comes
Like what was the last movie you guys seen that like really you're like it stays in your head? It just stays.
Oh, honestly, right. You're gonna laugh at this, but the Super Mario Brothers.
I still have not watched
I
it.
still haven't seen. Yo, I want to see that shit.
I took my 5-year-old with me, and like having a 5-year-old with you, their attention span is all over the place.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like bam, 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 bam. You can't keep them still.
You're
So
like-
honestly, I was so worried about taking it. I thought he was gonna be running up and down the stairs and shit. Because but honestly, dude. Sat there, he was engrossed by it the entire time. And at one point, man, I swear to God, I keep saying this here. And spoilers for it. Oh no, I don't want to spoil it for you.
Spoiler.
Will I watch it?
Fine.
I do like Chris Pratt, so
Okay.
I think I'll watch it. Yeah.
Okay, but
Like,
at one point, like Bowser's got Mario on the ropes. Mario's big selling.
Big Cell.
Right, Big Cell Mario, right?
Big Cell Mario.
Kid stands up from his chair. Mrs. looks at me and goes, all right, here we go. Like, it has been sat for about 2 hours. Luigi makes the save. Fuck it. Like, he started going nuts, bro. And I was just like, this is pro wrestling.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I was just like, this is incredible. Like, they work together to be, and like, it engrossed him so much. And I was just like, I'm so happy that I got to witness his first film that he watched, and that he felt.
It hit him.
Felt. So
It hit him.
Like, this is cool. Mario is the best, bruv.
Oh man, what was the last movie that hit me in the, like, honestly, Tick Tick Boom. I don't know if you guys know that.
What's it? What's that?
That hit me, man. It's not a doc, but it's like a movie based on like an actual story. It's like the guy that wrote Rent.
Out of 5, what are you giving it?
Oh, 9. Oh, oh, you said out of 5. I can't count. It's a 5
9
for me.
out of 5.
Yeah. Math. I definitely give it a 5.
So
9.
So,
I'm like, oh wait, other way. Oh my bad.
so Swerve is telling me, right?
You shut up. You stop it.
That's the meme right there.
That you guys
9.
Swerve told me that you guys have this Batman debate.
Oh,
Here we
so
go.
we get into it.
Let me.
We got to face off.
I also
All
like
right.
to hear this.
Okay, so
We're getting
this is
into
like a championship fight.
Go.
So, I'm sorry, I'm in the camera. Okay, so the new Batman.
Love it.
How do you feel about the new Batman himself? The character. How do you feel about the character? How do you feel about Bruce Wayne Batman? How do you feel?
Tell
about
us, Will.
I think, first of all, it was shot like a beautiful music video. Every
Yes, it
single
was.
person in there, while I was watching it, was engrossed by the action
it was.
straight away. Robert Pattinson, I actually had my doubts on. As soon as he got told, I even saw a news article. I saw a news article that said that he wasn't going to work out as hard because he doesn't believe Batman should be that bulky, and that infuriated me. That infuriated me. To see what Christian Bale went through to deliver one of the greatest Batmans of all time, and you're not going to work out. So I said, my expectations for you are down here.
But Michael Keaton didn't really work out like that either.
Okay, but like I don't count him, right? I don't. I'm too young.
That was a little bit before the working out was the standard for superhero movies, though.
Oh yeah, right.
That's before we got like the Henry Cavill.
You just got to have delts. That's all I ask for in my superheroes. Just have delts. That's it.
Just flies.
That's
flies,
it, man.
flies.
That's all I ask for. Some
The
delts,
flies.
some delts in the big old chest. That's all I ask for, right? But to see him come out, and I like engrossed in all the characters. The Penguin was filmed and portrayed.
Tremendous.
Incredible.
Tremendous.
Who else was it? The fact that like it was done with like such a seedy undertone of the government. The fact that like the Riddler, like I just look at like what would a fucking nerd who knows every riddle under the sun look like? Bam, there you are. Like there you are. Like you tell me I'm lying, but like casting perfect, spot on. You can't
An internet nerd.
Bang, done. You played it perfectly. I even think I can take if you guys think Robert Pattinson was a little bit too much. Like,
My parents.
I'm Batman.
Catwoman.
I can take it. However, I think the story that they told and the journey that they went on to get there, I think they set the bar here. And you know how much I love Spider-Man. You know how much I love Spider-Man.
Which one?
Every single one of them. I'm not even
Andrew
joking.
Garfield? You like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man?
Right, I like Tobey Maguire a little bit more. I don't mind him. I think he played it. I think he played it too cool. I think he was a bit too cool.
A lot of people say that.
But I still, when all three of them walked through that portal.
Oh, I haven't clapped in a theater in so long. I have not clapped in the theater in so long till then.
Honest, dude, I'll take like all my clothes, donate all my clothes.
Here you
right?
go, my pants.
But like when Batman came out, I pass this yet.
Could I have that back?
Yeah, it's a mess, bruv. But when Batman came out, I was like, at the end of it, now bearing in mind, I'm in Japan with one of my best mates, Riley, watching it, and I just watched how a government how the people could overthrow their government, right? I'm in Japan, COVID era. I'm getting psyched up by this, and I'm going like, yeah, let's fucking break all the COVID rules. Let's actually make noise at shows. Let's actually go out. And do you know what? Like, let's fucking riot. And everyone in Japan politely picked up their rubbish. Thank God we don't live in Gotham.
And walked up. They left because of you.
Yeah.
They didn't see the end of the movie.
No, I was like, riot.
Now,
Like, fucking
with that being said,
go on.
we didn't need Catwoman.
Stop.
She was gorgeous.
She was great to have. She was gorgeous. Zoe Kravitz, tremendous.
You want to get rid of the one person that was.
We did her.
For all of us men. Just as soon as
Her
she walked
character
on, we went,
arc was not needed in that film.
But
You
she
are
was
lying.
She was not needed.
You're a liar.
Her character.
No, we go back and forth on this every time. We did not need. That could have been if you buy the DVD, you get the 10-minute Catwoman story. That's
you
all you
don't. No,
needed.
you
That's
didn't.
what you
No.
couldn't.
Like the
No,
Arkham
it was a
City.
great-
That's all you needed.
It was a
She is
perfect
the-
tie to Penguin. She was a perfect tie
That's
to Penguin.
it. That could have been Vicky Vale. That could have been any chick. It did not have to be Catwoman.
story arc.
That did not have to be Catwoman.
No, she was perfect in her role, and she looked amazing.
She looked great. Didn't need to be there.
I keep asking my missus to buy a Catwoman suit ever since that film.
Alice, don't do that. But like, no, it was like she was DLC. She was downloadable content that was thrown into the game. Her shooting what's the name? The balcony.
Great tie. Good storyline.
Cool. They didn't need Catwoman to tie it.
They did.
Her
She
father,
got-
no.
She got
Man would have
roped
took
in.
his adrenaline shot if he didn't see Catwoman in
Catman.
Now.
But I think, like I said,
She's
I
essential
think,
part. No, she's too essential.
I do think it was 20 extra minutes of fluff. at
All right,
the
yeah,
end.
a bit long.
Yeah,
Only 20.
I think you take Catwoman out. We shorten it that little character arc to get right back to terrorism.
No. You in the movie when Falcone goes to jail and Riddler goes to jail.
Yes.
Or you end the movie as he's about to go to jail, pop. That's when you.
Yeah. About to go to jail,
Cool.
dies, and he gets killed.
Or
That
we
finishes
just
all
take
of
it out
that.
and we just go to the stadium getting flooded and everybody coming up because I'm like, where are all these followers coming up? Oh, we just happen to have the black
That's
market.
my
scene.
one
The story
gripe with
arc
the
of
movie.
oh, they're on the black market. He has followers. Oh, we're about to go tear apart the city. I'm like, then there's Joker at the end. I'm like,
Angry Reddit users.
what do you have to do with this? Why is he here?
You're busting out. She's still going.
But that
I
felt
can't.
Why are we doing this? Why are we still here? Why are we still here?
though.
I have nothing more to offer you.
But you can't end the movie. This sound like a executive kind of deal.
Oh, for sure.
You can't
100%.
end the movie with, okay, crime saga, Batman didn't have to punch anybody for the conclusion to happen. So what do you have? You create a scenario where Batman has to punch a lot of people on top of water and get electrocuted
And take drugs.
and take
Green goo.
I'd love to sound that.
hit the
I'll sample
cod
some of
stem
that any
packs
day
or
of the week.
whatever.
Cheers.
What was that?
Me and my son watched it 3 times. Like we watched it 3 times.
9 hours of content you doing there, sir.
Yeah, we watched it 3 times.
That's a shift at work.
I didn't know how to feel about it at first, right?
Okay.
Because I watched it and me and my son were sitting there and he's asking me questions and I'm like, because I've seen all of them, so I'm like, just watch, because he had a lot of questions. You know how kids are.
I got a lot of questions.
So I still do this.
I'm satisfied.
I'm indifferent about him as Bruce Wayne. I kind of feel like it's.
Oh, okay. That's where I can get in the
I'm not a
debate.
fan of like Kurt Cobain Bruce Wayne. I don't like
It was grunge.
It
was very grunge, Bruce.
Kurt Cobain, Bruce Wayne.
What was that?
Kurt Cobain, Bruce Wayne.
I swear to God,
Kurt Cobain, Bruce Wayne,
That's like
bar.
He was on the Nirvana album, the way he was talking. I swear to God, it did. But it was like I didn't.
But the music was like that too. It was like,
Oh yeah, but it's all
bass.
I was like, I don't know about depressed Batman. I don't know about this. Like,
I didn't like seeing the eye paint. I hate that.
I didn't like that either.
I didn't like it.
that either.
I didn't like it.
I didn't like that either.
And
But he's got to black out his eyes, so I can get behind it.
so did Christian Bale, but we didn't see him go before he went out.
Yeah, but
You gotta make it
something about
different
that's a little
somehow.
odd to me.
You-
Trust me, I wear
you gotta
eyeshadow
make it different
every
somehow.
week. I don't, but
you can't say nothing.
But you don't see me put it on, and you don't see me take it off.
We will. We will. One day,
Hell, you won't. You will not see me go. I got to defend this title at Double or Nothing.
mate. You will. Say it will happen. I'm telling you. But no, I can accept his criticisms.
Yes.
On him being as Bruce Wayne, I can accept his criticism on the film being too long. But Catwoman needs to stay. She needs to stay. For me.
Did you?
For my enjoyment. I don't want to take your joy away, but I will say we all both agreed that was probably the best looking Gothams.
Oh,
Yes,
Agreed.
absolutely.
In any Batman.
The Nightclub, especially, like how Penguin was portrayed.
Yes.
Hey, vengeance! And he's like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
So
It was-
dope.
Even the Batmobile, dude. The Batmobile was sick.
Batmobile was too.
I
No,
don't,
man.
I don't know.
Man.
That was a Trans Am, man. What are we talking about?
Man, the
You
moment
know,
that-
it
moment
looked like
that
Death
engine
Proof.
started-
That's
no,
what it looked like. Death Proof
engine
vehicle.
start fucking revving up, and you can hear it whistling. You was like,
That's a Vin Diesel vehicle, bro.
yeah, exactly. Bit Fast and Furious.
1 and 2. Outside that, no. But yeah, that's a Trans
What, you
Am.
didn't like him going to space?
Ain't nothing but yeah. I don't know. I'm like, that's just.
Nah, I liked it.
That, like them serial numbers can be traced easily. like I will say, like this Batman. I'm like the way Bruce and this Batman. He's not that hard to find. Like this Batman Moody, Bruce Wayne Moody. He talked like this. He talked like this. They got the same car. Like I think I can
But
put
he
this two
doesn't go out
together.
in public as in the Batmobile, does he?
He didn't go out at all. He went to the funeral. That's it.
Not in the flipping Dodge Charger, though, did he?
It look, dog. That is a guy.
no, I'm
that is
telling you,
nothing but a
the
Chevy
souped up,
63
souped
old.
up little Batmobile.
That-
Love it,
bro, they got-
modern day Batmobile.
Man, they got that
I'm
car.
in it.
They got that car in Houston, man. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a regular ass damn Trans Am with some damn.
Exactly. So it's
Oh, they got a
untraceable,
slab.
bruv.
They got a slab.
That's what I'm saying. Like sitting sideways. That's what that was. That's all I saw. Compared to like a military vehicle that Christian Bale had, like okay,
Oh, but like,
that's a tank.
come
Like you can't
on,
trace
bro.
where that's coming from.
Come on.
You can't trace where that's coming from, bro.
Yeah, all right. You're gonna put it like that. Of course, you can't trace that fucking thing.
You
But,
shouldn't,
like,
yeah.
It was manufactured by Lamborghini, so then, like, come on, for me, like. All right, you got me over here. Go on, I'll give up.
Do
Go
you
on.
guys agree on who the top Batman is?
Christian Bale for me.
That's the top Batman movie still. But to me,
I still
who
even
think
think
is the
it's
best Batman?
like, dude. I even liked it when he like was against Bane. Like, I loved it. Like, he was fucking
Si. I
love that,
frail.
yeah. I love
He was
that,
just
yeah.
like, oh, you got no cartilage in your knees. He's like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like,
The
whoa.
electronic knee brace.
Yeah, man. But like Batman would have that technology. He
very
would.
true. Technology and gadgets wise, best Batman.
Yeah, but that he would have that technology. Oh, you got no cartilage? Pow! Boom! Like, do you know what I mean?
Forrest Gump.
For me, I love that movie probably up until after he loses the fight to Bane. That first fight scene when they're in the sewer is absolutely fantastic.
Beautifully
The only,
shot.
the only
Absolutely.
thing that I don't like about it is when Batman's coming back to face Bane. It's just going, okay, what training did you do to rehabilitate your back? Just did some push-ups.
No, they hung him. They suspended his back. Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like,
He
it's
broke
not
his
like-
back again like another 3 times before he escaped that well or whatever the hell they call
Yeah,
it.
but, just
I
some
just
push-ups, man.
don't like
That's-
Bane got
that's just the thing.
shot with the bicycle and it was like he's done.
Yeah, I
He's
didn't
gone.
like that. I was
Like
kinda like,
where'd he go? Yep.
yeah. I didn't
Now
like
that Catwoman was
Do you know what I hated the most about the ending, though?
Dare I
It
say
gave
it?
me hope that there was Nightwing films coming out.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it
like
gave
your
me
last
hope.
name, Robin.
Yeah.
oh I
do you know
hate
what I mean?
dude
was just like,
I cringed so
mate,
hard.
Honestly, I was with my girl at the time, like, and I was just like, "We're getting another film." Like, I sat up, I was like grabbing onto her. I was like,
You
"Here it comes."
retconned Robin into
Yeah.
this thing.
I was a bit
You
gutted
should
that
use
there
your
wasn't
real
another
name,
film.
Robin.
I was a little Robin. I'm like, who the secretary? Why did she unveil that there was Robin? Like,
I'm like, there's like 5 Robins with 5 different names. Tim,
Yeah, Jason.
yeah, Jason. You can choose anyone.
Drake, Jason Todd, Tim Drake.
Girl as well. I can't remember the girl.
The girl Robin? Oh, Barbara is.
no,
that's
Barbara's
Batgirl.
Batgirl.
Batgirl, but I don't know the.
No, there was a girl, Robin.
Is it
I'm
Glenn?
gonna need to, I'll
Gwen?
find it after the show.
Okay.
Man, you're not a video gamer.
I am. Not like a heavy one. Assassin's Creed. You give me Assassin's Creed, I can talk about that.
Oh, talk about the IGN thing that you did an interview with them, man.
Right.
That was awesome.
There was that, but like we got the clearance from Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft to do an entrance for Wrestle Kingdom. They let me do the Jack the Ripper thing, and
so cool.
So we've got like a little bit of there's a communication between us there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And maybe a little exclusive. Sorry, or I would say a tease. I think we've got more to come.
Crossover.
Honestly, I'm like, if we can get this, I'm so excited.
That's amazing. No, like that's a great crossover. And that's what I love that. I was so happy for you.
The fact that it's the reason why I am who I am. The aerial assassin was from Assassin's Creed, and they're giving me permission to use their music, use this and use that. Like, do you want a hidden blade? Yeah, all right. Like,
no, I saw that and I was like jealous.
Yeah,
jealous,
mate.
Jealous.
That was Farbod as well. My boy Farbod sorted that out. Like, shout out to him, man. He is such a G when it comes to this. Should we reorganize these chairs?
I don't know. I'm not. I'm still upset.
We went into like battle mode then.
Yeah, we did. Digimon. Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, we're having a great time, man. AEW is on a whole new wave.
New stratosphere.
I'm with friends every week. It's hard not to be motivated. It's hard to be like. It's hard to be upset about anything in wrestling right now when you just like, this is your guys, this is your coworkers, this is who you go to battle with, and you share locker rooms with, you share stories with. We can just grab a camera and some microphones and just have a blast talking about Batman. Like, the camaraderie is awesome here. I appreciate you. I welcome you to AEW with open arms, and like, let's make some history.
Let's do it, Bree.
Let's make some history.
And guys, I need my best of 5, man. I need it.
I'm sure we can one day.
I need my best of 5.
Yeah.
I'm sure our roots are going to clash someday, but the day it does, all the best, sir. And I want to say, you as a champion, I said it, it's the right move. It's completely the right move. It's
Thank
the guy
you,
that,
sir.
like, if there's anyone to like guide us now and to be like the person front and center for this new generation of AEW, it's you, man. And I'm glad that I get to be around. Glad I get to be supporting Ro at this point.
Oh, appreciate it.
I can't wait for like when we start making some movies, boss.
Dude, I was literally saying, I'm like, as like the head of the franchise right now, these are the players I want to be with. These are the guys I want to surround.
Absolutely.
I want to go to these guys at any point. This is the best team I could ever ask for. Never had a locker room like uplift me so much to be where I'm at right now, and I'm blessed, inspired, motivated. I want to do more. I did 20 interviews just in the last 6 days, and still had to hit the gym, and still had to find ways to connect all my people to do this podcast, to go out and still do television tonight. I'm literally motivated to give more, and it's going to be exhausting, but that's...
It's all for the name, for a change, man. It's all for the greater
that's
good.
That's how I want to push AEW. That's how I want to help progress AEW in all these different facets, man.
We can all do it, man. Like,
everybody.
You've got the steering wheel, bruv. Drive us away.
Haven't you heard? I swerve when I drive. Oh, be confident in everything you do.
Wash your ass.
And do your homework.
I mean, that's just a given, right?
You'd be surprised.
Wash your ass.